Hi everyone, thanks for coming. So today we've got a quick repair on a Milwaukee impact gun, model M18FHIWP12. I had to write it down because it's so worn out you can't even see it. So this is just going to be a quick video. I've actually already repaired this, but once the repair actually worked, I thought, well, I probably should let people know how it went, what we did, just in case you have some problems of your own. It might be helpful. So what was happening with this one was when you pull the trigger, the light here would just flash 3 times, I think it was, and would kind of try to start the motor but wouldn't do anything. You pull the trigger, nothing would happen other than flashing the light. So of course that's not very good, not much use. So what we'll do, we'll pull this all apart and we'll go through what I found and what I've done to fix it. So yeah, we'll pull it down. We've got number T20 bit, and I've got one on my little Milwaukee drill, so that'll make life a little bit quicker. Righto, I'll talk again once we've got it pulled down. Okay, so we've got, I'll change it over here, we've got 4 different types of screws. The small one goes through most of your screw parts. Down here, your one with a bit of a side on it actually goes into here near your trigger. You've got long threaded one, which they go into there. There's 2 of those, and then you have your full long ones with a shank that go up into this main section. So keep all of them separated and we'll continue on. Right, so this is where we get to. We've got the motor, and then we've got the impact part and your trigger assembly. When I pulled it apart earlier, this trigger assembly, the forward and reverse button came out, and there's a little metal pin. We'll go over this other camera. There's a little metal pin down in there that you've got to make sure to get back in, otherwise it doesn't work properly. But we'll try and not pull that out at the moment. The other thing is, on the back of this, down in underneath, is a wire that runs up to the back of it, and you've got to take that out with a T7 driver, disconnect that so that this can come away and we can get to the motor. So lift up this section, right, shimmy that around. You can see that wire there. So Set that wire back in so that it, not the wire, we'll set the screw back in so it doesn't get lost. Right. So now we've got the main section which turns, and you end up with the section with the screw that ends up down the bottom, so it lines up like that. But to get the screw on, you twist it around. So I'll set that over to the side, and this is our main part. This is the board on top of the motor, and this is where I found the actual problem. So these MOSFETs, we've got 6 MOSFETs, they're all exactly the same. They are, show you on there, my messy writing, but they're the MOSFETs on this board here. And get in a bit closer. Right, so that one and that one are the two that were actually dead. So what I did was measure from the first pin to one of the others. One direction you'll get a reading, and then if you swap your leads over, and that to one of the others, and it shows as open. The ones that were actually dead on here, they were showing a reading in both directions when none of the others were. So I figured that was something different, so I replaced those two, put it back together, and it was working again. So fairly straightforward. Okay, so just as a quick side note, when I removed the MOSFETs, they took a lot of heat to get off. I think the board has a lot of copper in it. Took forever to heat up. Normally I'll use my heat gun, heat them up, pull them off, no problem. What I ended up having to do was actually use my soldering iron with a reasonable sized tip and put the soldering iron onto the metal bit on the back, heated from the front, and had to do it that way with 500 degrees out of my little heat gun. So that took quite a bit to get off, which is why they're a bit wrecked, and it's also the reason I didn't replace all of them at the same time, which would have been a better way to go, but it was just taking so much heat. I deemed it better not to have the excess heat put into the board. So just thought I'd interject that, and back to the video. We'll put it back together. I just wanted to do a quick video showing what I found and how I fixed it. So we'll just work through and reverse of what we did and put it back together. Alright, so that's it, all back together. Very handy. It's an expensive piece of machinery. I think the skins are about 500 or 600 Aussie dollars, so well worth trying to do the repair on. And we'll send it back and they can give it a try out and see how it goes. So thanks for coming and having a look. Hope you got something out of it, and hope to see you again. Thanks. Bye.